Better. See?
I can't believe you said that.
It was a manual focus.
I can't believe you said
And so I
that.
just got out.
Did you hear how the entire sentence just
Now watch.
completely changed?
Let me go over there and come back.
Every time.
I know.
You're pretty good though. Like I would've effed up.
It's really no big deal.
Oh, it's good. It's all
designed-
fixed.
There's no right or
Okay,
wrong
good.
answer. It's
Thank you.
just designed to make you hear the way the client would hear. Like for instance, there's also active listening. For instance, if I'm on the phone with somebody who's rather shy, I don't try to overpower him because he'll hang up on me. Okay? What you do is you listen to their tone of voice and you try to match it. You match their volume.
Well, later I'm gonna be blocking you a
They're
little
talking
bit.
it because it's subliminal.
I'm gonna
because
come down
now
there
they
and block
kinda
you a
trust
little bit.
more
So you
because
get
you're on
closer
their
and then I'll be.
Or I might be talking some big bold Texan
You don't want
type,
me
you know,
sitting there?
and you don't respect me unless I speak up.
What?
How's
Okay,
he
but I have to
supposed
turn it on
to know I mean what I say unless I speak up? You see what I mean?
Alright.
I might be speaking to a guy like that. So I go, yes sir, well here's what I've got going here, and here's what I've got for you. You see what I mean?
Okay.
But if it's someone who's a little milder, you want to tone it down to their level. And that is. Okay, everybody, just let me go to my panic attack and we'll be all set.
Time for headphones. Alright.
And welcome to Magic Radio Chicago, streaming live from Que4.org, the station that creates video and defends it. Welcome everybody out there in Q4 land. We're streaming to you live today on, Saturday, August 3rd of 2019, in this crazy time of ours. And a very special show lined up for everybody. I'm not usually used to entertaining a full house, but it looks like that's what we got this week. Joining me today for her very first debut broadcast is my good friend and fellow colleague in the arts and also the proprietor of her own, I want to say, is it a botanica, or what would you call it, an occult boutique or a spirit shop? What would you call it?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just all around, I do events here in Chicago. I also have online things going on YouTube, things like that. So I am part of the YouTube community. I do have channels on there. My name is Nina Soul. I am with House of Spiritual Vibes and
Magic Radio
Magic
Chicago.
Radio Chicago, yes.
Welcome, Nina, to your big debut. Welcome to the
Thank
Q4
you.
family, Nina.
Thank you so much. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you
We're
so much.
happy to have you. Thank you for signing on.
Oh, for
My
sure.
life has been a little dull lately. I'm just juggling
Well,
things
not
up.
no more.
And once more to make another appearance here at Q4 Radio, which apparently you're becoming good friends with the station, and you've been here like 2 or 3 times, and you've been on other shows and other things. Our good friend, paranormal expert and all-around expert on Rogers Park, Bill Morton.
Hi, thank you for inviting me over again.
Thank you again for coming in, Bill. It's always a pleasure. Alright, and tonight we shall be talking to 2 new friends who are opening a brand new location in Rogers Park that people should know about. To my knowledge, I don't think there's been an occult store in Rogers Park for quite a while. The last one I'm aware of was called Sea Priestess, and that was actually in Rogers Park off Morse or Estes somewhere, and that was like 30 years ago. Roughly 30 years ago, everyone, when I started my magical path. That was one of the places I was actually directed to go to. Ironically, they got protested by church group. Yes, but personally, if I owned an occult store, I'd be like, yes, yes! Get this on YouTube! Yes, the right is scared of us. But I'd like to welcome our new friends, the Malliway brothers, the proprietors of the Twisted Broomstick, Rogers Park new premier cult location. Welcome.
Hello, thanks for having us.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So, when is your guys' grand opening?
August 31st, so we're still a few weeks away.
Nice. Are you guys really excited? You guys are hyped?
Pretty excited,
Yeah.
slash stressed, but I think we've been dealing with it pretty well.
That's
Yeah,
good.
we've been doing like workshops and stuff in there, so people have sort of been testing the waters, which is nice. But the official opening is like gonna be a big one.
That's nice. And you guys want to share the exact location? Like, where can people find your place?
Yeah, we're at 1626 West Morse. We're about a block and a half south of the Morse Red Line stop, so super convenient to local transportation, which is fun.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually biking by there recently, and I was just surprised. Like, I know this area, I know this location. I mean, I know Morris, I know Rogers Park in general, but it's like, oh my god, I've passed the site like hundreds of times.
Yeah.
It's a nice little storefront. I think you get that foliage outside too.
Yep,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
we
nice.
made sure they kept that for the aesthetic.
Right, because it looks so witchy. It's like the only one there that has this ivy on it.
I
like,
love
keep it
ivy.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I invited my godmother, Anita McQuinn, to sit in. She couldn't make it today, unfortunately, but she was actually part of something called the Heartland Pagan Alliance back in the day when she was an overseas priestess. And they would actually I guess they tried to figure out how to encourage pagan-themed businesses and occult-themed businesses in Rogers Park. But personalities being what it was, it didn't last long. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Bill?
I've got a lot of questions.
Sure.
I have a lot of questions. I guess we'll just start it off real easy one. Why did you choose Rogers Park?
So, I can start and then, yeah,
Yeah,
so
go
we had a little space, about a block and a half from where we were now. We rented a small art studio on the first floor of an apartment building, and then, we hosted our workshops in there, and it was a pretty small space, we couldn't put more than 10 people, but we found that we just outgrew that space, ridiculously fast.
What space was that?
It was in the 1154 building, and it's an apartment building where the first floor was turned into art studios and offices, so we had a little spot in there. It got to the point where we would post one of our workshops and it would be sold out in 8 hours. So we kind of just realized that we needed a bigger space, and we kind of built our own little following there. And because the new location that we're at was so close to the old one, it was really easy to keep the customer base that we had.
What kind of workshops were they?
I was just gonna ask that. That is a good question.
So, a little bit of everything actually, and you can talk more about these, you put a lot of them together, but we did potion workshops, we did charm workshops, creation of amulets and talismans, and
Yeah, we do some of the darker things too. We get into curses and stuff. And we just did one today, which was a candle dipping workshop, which is kind of funny because my name is Wycke, so whenever we talk about the Wycke, we're
I love
that. But yeah, we try to do kind of good one-on-one stuff for anything that people can dip their toes into, and then if people are interested, we'll go farther and deeper into the magic. So it's a lot of fun.
So it's actually perfect for people who are just getting into being a practitioner, right? You guys make it pretty simple to understand, and
we also
Right.
like to think that we offer the stuff that you can really sink your teeth into. We had this one woman who was interested in learning the craft, and we did a dark magic workshop, right? There's bounds to
Right.
everything.
oh, for sure.
So we did hexes, curses, recognizing, casting, breaking all the, and she's like, this is my first one, how do I vanquish my neighbor? One time in the class to show them for your
That's
first
not
time.
very neighborly.
No!
So if I may ask, what is your background? Where did you guys come from, and what got you involved in the magic arts?
We've both been doing magic kind of our entire lives. Obviously, I think every kid will kind of start doing things like making potions out of water and picking things around, microwaving glitter, which is what I did a lot. But I think we never really dropped it, so we just kept building it up and up and up. We have family members and stuff who are really spiritual, but I think we're the first ones who actually got into the witchcraft side of things, so that was pretty exciting.
I remember as a kid, I would collect rainwater in my beach
Oh.
pail. And then I always made a point to steal some of the pretty flowers from the neighbors' gardens, and I would put those in my rainwater and just kind of let my potions mix and cook. I had this little toad that found its way to my doorstep that I ended up catching and keeping in a a little like aquarium, and I just thought it was my familiar. So it's like it's that kind of stuff that you don't know that it's
Just
witchcraft.
naturally,
Yeah. Until you're reading a book and you're like, oh crap, this is witchcraft.
Right. And a lot of times these are things that you actually carry within your bloodline.
Yeah.
So ancestors that you guys may have been practitioners, and this is just something that was already in your blood. And it could even be from past life as well.
Once a witch, always a witch.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
And we're like always making up these stories of like imaginary ancestors that we might have had. So we have like that Aunt Brunelda and her magical travels. So like whenever we're out like digging things, we'll be like, thanks Aunt Brunelda for all of the wisdom. But like she's not.
I'm telling you guys should. Wycke is really. He was just showing me some of his work that he does, and he's pretty bomb at doing like some sketches. And I told him he should do some comics. His work is pretty awesome. Do you guys have social medias that people can follow you at to check you out?
Yeah, we do. On Instagram, we're just Malliway Bros on there.
Okay.
Malliway Bros. And then Facebook too.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, you guys should definitely check them out. I'm telling you, their sketches are cool. Like, I'm really interested to get to know more of what they do, because from what I see, they're pretty talented.
Oh my god, thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, have you guys? We just passed. How do you pronounce this?
Llama.
I'm having the hardest time.
He's saying llama.
I'm like just so shamefully affected.
It's alright, DK. We understand. We know what you're saying.
What holiday has just passed as of August 1st?
Llamas.
Yep.
It's also called like Lunasta, but it's like a Celtic word, so there's always like these hidden letters in there, so I'm always trying not to pronounce certain things that's in there, but I think it's Lunasta, right?
Yeah. I mean, really, we weren't around when the word was made up, so I think we're all just kind of guessing.
Yeah.
So what is this holiday?
So it is one of the first harvest holidays. A lot of the modern like witchcraft holidays or pagan holidays are based on seasonality. So this kind of recognizes like the sun kind of losing power and like us kind of migrating more towards the darker half of the year.
Yeah.
Even though it's still 100 degrees outside, we still
Right.
It's a time where it's one of the first of 3 harvest festivals where you start like preparing for the darker part of the year, preparing for winter, and setting yourself up to get through the slump of the season. But a lot of what we do actually is based on like the traditions of like West Country England, like traditional witchcraft, and I'm using air quotes right now.
Nobody can see them.
Because everything's a tradition, right? It's not really so much always August 1st. It's just usually recognized. The holiday is recognized when you can start recognizing the shift in the land. Right?
Yeah.
It's all based off of the
And
land.
it's crazy because you can almost like, it was weird because one day I came outside and it was like I could just feel in the air that there was a change.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's when you know it's
Yep.
it's like it's not really like you can mark this certain time in a calendar. It's kind of like when things just start changing and you almost feel it, and then you have that connection with that time in the season.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So like a good example is Imbolc, like February 2nd.
Right.
It's usually like modern pagans out here will celebrate it on February 2nd. But like in England, where we study and practice a lot of our craft, like they teach you that Imbolc is not February 2nd. It's when the first signs of spring appear. It could be January 20th. It could be February 18th. So it's all based off of the land.
Right.
And that's the kind of stuff that we try to apply to our practice here. So.
Right.
It's super practical.
That's nice.
Awesome. On that note, let's take a really quick musical break, and when we come back, we'll continue this discussion. And you're listening to Magic Radio Chicago, streaming live from Que4.org, the station that creates video and defends it with magic.
These are some white videos. Wow.
Where's she, Rebecca?
Full on bro. Yeah, but we can talk about that. We talk like that. So now you have a storefront window.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. How long has it been?
We just moved in this week.
That's why.
Yeah.
I was just on vacation.
Yeah,
When you came in.
We did our first workshop there yesterday. We had about 30 people, 25 people in there. And we set everything up in there literally in 5 days. We were renovating.
Shoot us the info.
Yeah.
Because, I'm with our chamber of
Yeah,
commerce.
yeah.
Yeah, we should work together.
That would be so fun.
Make that happen.
Yeah.
Because we can promote your events and, do you sell like little items?
Yeah.
Like magic little items?
Yeah. We'll talk about some of the items we
I wanna
Is it all you guys' personal items, or do you guys
Mostly.
have consignment?
We don't do consignment, it's mostly like our stuff
Right.
that we make ourselves, and then a collection of some staples. Like our thing is, we don't want to be your one-stop shop, but we want to be your first stop. Like, does that make sense?
Is there any specialties
I know, I
or
just-
like
And like
the
anything
best
else,
shop?
anything else that we have, we always try to put like our own special flair on it.
Right.
So like if we're selling just like candles, we try to sell them like with certain labels or like in certain colors that like make sense for users. So there's
Right.
something in there that's kind of
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So your big consistent was a send a picture. What was there? Nothing.
I think it was like a workout.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, that one. Oh, that, you know what? That one used to be with the gate on the outside.
Yeah,
By the
yeah,
alley. There used to be Alhambra Cafe, and that used to be one of my. They used to be my all-time favorite cafe.
Another cafe I haven't been there though. Like, there's like
On the other side.
Is it just on the other side?
The other side used to be a beauty salon. Then it was like Mexican ice cream, and now it's gonna be gelato.
Yeah, gelato.
Yeah, it was good.
Was it like the fried Mexican ice cream?
But yeah, but I've been in Rogers Park and
Yeah.
so I know all these different. So you're in that. That's a really nice space. We got the brick walls, the full brick walls. We got those nice hardwood floors.
Well, I think you were thinking of we're on the other side of that. So like,
You're on the up. You're not by the gates.
No.
The cafe's on this side.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then you're on the other side with the beauty
Why don't
salon.
you Google the address?
Yeah.
Oh, I got it.
So you can see what it looks like.
I can see it.
Yeah? Oh,
They
yeah.
they painted it for us, they laid down the floor for us.
Make sure you have to it.
Yeah.
The one there used to be the ice cream place.
Ah.
It used to be a fitness place.
Edit these pictures and you guys do one more.
Did it?
Okay.
Do one more.
Oh, the one I like.
Yeah, I was
Oh, it works now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
You guys might actually get math out of this.
So I took some good pictures of you all, so I'm gonna post them on
Awesome.
Twitter, so if you want to tag yourselves, by all means. Or don't tag yourselves.
You can catch up.
I'm just letting you know it exists in the world.
We like the promotion.
Great. Yeah, they're good. I'm pretty okay at taking pictures. I'm not great at many things, but I think I got a little knack for it.
I keep my cauldron bubbling all day.
It's called Drop It Like It's Hot.
And if you wanna play choose a
Yeah.
different
Which-
for me,
if I
investigate
can
the
see
rules, learn the algorithm, find yourself a good teacher. Yeah, nobody has to know. You can go alone, that's an option too. But go super slow till you learn how to groove. And
So
only
what
after
do you guys, I heard, you told me about you guys a little bit, but what do you guys do exactly? You're opening up a storefront, right?
Yeah, the storefront space, we do a lot of workshops out there, and it's kind of like a thing where people come in. We're trying to be like a good.
Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. Yeah, I mean, if you guys ever want to do like mix, like, because anything that I do is Planned Parenthood oriented, so these winter pics. So if you guys ever want to, like, I'm doing photo booths, so like I'm just gonna set up like a little curtain with a machine, and then do pictures there, and people can just like find it on Google. It's like to get likes without paying for it.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So you know, and I got my old lighting rig and stuff, and I'm not charging you or anything for it. So like, it'll just be like, you have it for
everything.
Yeah.
to work.
Yeah, that's.
And then I'm gonna do, like a token for people that want the pics. It comes with a pic and a free condom. And if you don't want the condom, you can put, we have a recycling thing, so like the bubbles, you can take them apart and put them in this recycling container on the top, which is what the bottles are for. It's gonna hold the container on the top. And so that way it recycles those, and then and if you don't want the condom, you can put it in there. I don't resell it, but you know, I take care of it. But yeah, and then with those, I'm gonna do like a token system, and then do like a bigger percentage.
I am actually a wholesale.
Since those are
So I closed my shop in Chicago,
specialty events.
because we ran into some legal situations.
Huh?
You've done them before?
I have done one fundraiser at the Gallery
We ran
Cabaret
into legal
during their bingo night. Oh,
really?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And turnout was very minimal, so I did it.
Yeah.
So I did one. Technically it counts, I guess. Yes, I've done one. And then that gave me the idea to be able to do more because it just fit in my car. You know, it's like a curtain and some, like I glitter the curtains and shit.
Right. Okay, we shall be coming it back very shortly. Oh, any second, to be honest. Okay, I'm gonna unmute these. Please everyone be quiet and tell me signal.
Hey guys, you are listening to Que4.org, the station that creates beauty and defends it with magic.
That's right. And welcome to our 155th episode of Magic Radio Chicago, streaming live from Que4.org. I'd like to remind all of our listeners out there in Q4 land that if you feel like joining our conversation, you can do so by calling us at 312-985-7834. Again, that's 312-985-7834. And if you're feeling just a little shy, send us a message through Magic Radio Chicago's Facebook page. And if it's a decent enough message and it has anything to do with our topic, we'll be happy to read it out.
Yes, and you guys can leave, if you guys have questions for the Twisted Broomstick, or if you have questions for me, Nina Soul, you guys can go ahead and give us a
Or me.
call. Or DK. Or DK Prince.
Or Bill.
Or Bill.
Oh, yeah, bring them on. I'll answer any question you have.
We are open.
Anything.
We're open books.
That's true.
Book of Shadows.
And we're streaming live, no less. It's a whole other level of us. So here we are. I'm your host, DK Prince, and with me is my new co-host, Nina Soul, proprietor of House of Spiritual Vibes,
Hey.
and the host of the upcoming Witches Ball.
Yes, the upcoming Witches Ball, the third one here in Chicago, and also the Witches Expo. So if you guys are looking for anything to do in October, you want to be involved in some magical events and get together with other local witches, you guys definitely want to check these out.
And also joining us is our good friend Bill Morton from the Rogers Park Chamber of Commerce. Welcome back, Bill.
Hey!
Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. Welcome.
And of course, with by his side and taking care of, kicking butt and taking names is his manager, Trudy. Welcome back, Trudy.
Hi, Drew.
Hi.
Glad to be here.
Oh, it's so good to see you. How's your show doing, Trudy?
Very well. Are you talking about the WZRD?
That's right.
Yes, it's doing very well.
Your radio, most people wouldn't know this, but Trudy is also a radio and a cable TV host.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yeah. What's your cable show called?
It's D Tycoon. It's it ran only for 12 weeks, but we might resume in October.
Well, I've been doing this for 5 years and no one's paying me. Best of luck to you. I'm sure if I can do this, I'm sure you'll be fine.
Yeah, we didn't get paid either, but it was such a wonderful opportunity interviewing movers and shakers such as George Blakemore. He tells things like it is. He attends all the public meetings in Chicago, in Cook County, the state of Illinois, everywhere. And then he just tells it like it is. And he makes sure that he spends every second of his time at public comment.
That's awesome.
Nice.
And joining us is our special guest stars for today. Our guests, the Malliway brothers, the proprietors of Rogers Park. Wow, the plurals are getting me here. Can you help me out?
Rogers Park.
Yeah, see, if I have to add a plural to parks, that's just gonna all discombobulate.
No apostrophe S. Rogers Park.
Rogers Park. Well, in short, this shall be the latest and newest and the occult venue of Rogers Park.
Let's
just
go.
put it there.
We're ready for you.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. I was born in Rogers Park. I spent many years out there. I lived out there a few times as an adult, and there really is something to the place. There's memory. There's feeling. I mean, it's a part of the city, but you really feel like you're in a small college town right there.
It totally does, and it's just like, it's so different from block to block that it's kind of hard
Yeah.
to expect that you're still in the same area.
But there is a certain feel to it. It's different from the rest of the city. There's like the force is very strong there. There's a lot of plant life. There's a lot of organic life, and so you really, I don't know. Like I said, it feels like you're in a small college town. Although I'm fully aware you're just on the north side of the city.
Yeah, and there is like a lot of plant life there too, because we do like a lot of magical harvesting and stuff, and like we keep finding things around it. I'm like, oh my god, look at this plant. We have to
You should visit Leong Park Beach at the end of Tui. That's the place to go.
Okay.
Yeah, this is right next to Loyola
Yeah.
Park and Loyola Beach.
Right, Loyola Beach was where we were just at, so then we should just walk there a lot.
I'll be happy to take you on a beach tour. Beach and wildlife tour.
Sure.
Nice.
If pizza's included, I'm down. Beach, wildlife,
And
and
pizza
pizza.
it is.
All right.
If there is wine, I'm there too.
And then wine it is. Whatever it takes to make it happen.
I think we're the makings of a party here.
Right.
Sounds awesome. So when did you guys, what made you guys decide to move to Rogers Park to open your new?
Oh, so yeah, like we were saying, like we have the space up the street from where our new shop is, and we had already established like our client base there, our customer base. They were familiar
Oh,
with
so
the
you're
neighborhood.
just expanding.
Yeah, yep.
You guys have actually been there for a while.
For about a year, yep.
No kidding.
Nice.
Okay, I thought this was like a big opening.
No. Well, it will be though. So we were, we had a small art studio in the first floor of an apartment building, like very small. It was. I wish you guys could see this room we're in right now, but it was our fourth the size of this room.
Nina, I think
That's the size I
you can
started
relate,
with.
huh?
Yeah,
Right? I was
for
gonna
sure.
say.
That's exactly. It sounds like I'm hearing my story
I
all
was
over
just
again.
remembering our first interview a year and a half or 2 years back, and I was like, oh my god, it sounds just like
Right.
this.
Like if a tall person was to come into the old shop and like extended their arms, they could probably touch one wall to the other.
Yeah, we're in a bunch of things. And then we added bookshelves, and that took out like another. So it was,
Right.
yeah, it was rough. So like nobody knew that we were there though, because all of our workshops were very like private, marketed only to a select number of people because they would just sell out so fast. So we have the same number of people, same faces for every workshop. And everybody just wanted to get in, but nobody could, which is, I guess, a good problem to have.
Oh,
right?
that's a great problem to
people like
have.
us. So like we ended up moving. We stayed in the neighborhood because everybody knew the location, they knew where we were. So we just kind of moved about a block and a half down the road, and took it from there.
Yeah, and we're kind of doing a little bit more things too. We just did workshops in the last place, and now we're kind of like opening it more for people to just come in and do magic whenever they want to. Since it's going to be like a bigger space, and we're gonna have like work tables where people can have spells and like herbs and the tools they need to do stuff. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be a hoot.
That's awesome. So how do you guys like? So how is it working together as brothers? Like, do you guys like get like catty with each other? So like throw some eye gouges.
And that was before we started all of
Yeah.
I think it's more annoying actually for the people who come because more than catty, we have like 1.5 million inside jokes. So like every
Right.
time we do something, we're just like,
There's somebody there. Apparently starting a drinking game, so every time we do one of our stupid things, she ends up taking a shot. So,
right.
which is funny, but no, it's fine. I mean, there are
Times.
times,
Right.
but-
No, you guys seem like you guys like have this really cool connection. Like so.
And it sounds like the times are mostly good times.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Really good times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Or times to learn from.
I'm a little curious about the hex class you guys were talking about.
Oh my gosh, so
He's
fun.
way deep.
I'm just a little
He's
curious
like,
what
so
that
when is the
entails.
next
Yeah.
class for that?
So, yeah, I know, right? We can't give away too much here because no one's gonna come to the workshop. But no, we talked. It was a lot of cool stuff. We went over correspondences for dark spell work. We talked about like how to like work hexes, how to work curses, laying of tricks on people and stuff like
And
that.
like the good side and the bad side to magic. Like sometimes you do hexes like protectively. If you gotta get rid of someone who's like dangerous and just a protection spell isn't always gonna work it, so you gotta kind of go on the offensive.
Right. And do you warn people that?
You gotta keep your pip hand strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys like warn people, because I have known a lot of people in the path that they realize that they have this inner power, and then somebody like pisses them off and they just automatically just want to throw some like magical shade at them. So do you guys like warn people that can bounce back if it's not justified through the universe?
I think. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, so we try to like kind of not stick it with any exact spirituality, and like Wicca obviously has like a whole threefold thing. So we try not to tell people about that exactly, but we do kind of talk a lot about like when you're building up all this energy, like it's gonna stick around. So if you're doing a lot of bad stuff, that's gonna stick around more. If you're doing a lot of good stuff, that's gonna stick around more. There's always like ways you can cleanse that out, but you gotta be in the know with things.
And I think that like one of the, if you're working like right, one of the things that we learned was, curses should always have an out, right? So you don't just want to let a curse linger on somebody's head for the rest of their lives. So like if they learn their lesson, then that should undo the curse and set them free, right? So those are the kind of things that we kind of teach in the class, so that you can at least, not
That's
surround
good. So
yourself
you
with so much.
educate people
Yeah.
when they're taking your courses.
Yeah, but like I think I was telling you guys like off air, we had somebody whose very first exposure to witchcraft was this cursing workshop, and she was just like, it was just the funniest thing. Like the question she was asking, how do I get rid of my neighbor?
Right. She was like ready to roll her sleeves up. Like,
Oh my
And
gosh.
she brought her boyfriend to the class.
I'll do anything at this point.
God.
She brought her boyfriend who was like not into this at all. Right? You still gotta get the feed you.
Right. You're sitting here, you're not gonna absorb free knowledge.
In my head, what's leaping to mind is like the episode of The Simpsons where like Homer ticks off that old gypsy lady, and she's like, "I curse you. Your life will be cursed."
Person?
Cursey.
is that how you're picturing us?
That's part of the course.
Maybe that's stupid mentioning. Now I'm a little curious about the dynamics of it too. Just only because actually academically speaking, I've been like shelving this for a couple of years now. One of our fellow Q4 hosts here is a big sports fan. I, however, am not. But we actually.
I thought we were going to talk about sports.
It's like, oh my God.
No, but in the future, I was willing to make a compromise. One day we would do a show talking about the biggest curse we know.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
The Chicago Cubs.
Right.
Yeah.
Football team.
And what
kidding.
I want to do is I want to go into the dynamics of it. What exactly is a curse? What makes a curse? What would you have to literally do to basically jinx a sports team for nearly a century? Really? Over a goat. I mean, what would you have to... I'm sure I've had ex-girlfriends that probably mean me that kind of harm, and it still hasn't quite happened yet. So I gotta wonder, what does this old man gotta do that's gonna like rub off on the Cubs for that long? And I don't even care. I grew up near Wrigley Field. I really don't like sports fans. Or at least not Cubs fans. I know some people are like, oh, what? DK, how could you? But when you grew up near Wrigley Field, it's like your neighborhood has been invaded by alien yuppies, and they're all drunk. And they've all decided that every inch of that territory belongs to them. Especially the parking spaces.
Yeah.
And they get obnoxious. They get really obnoxious, so I don't really have a lot of sympathy for them. Nope. Because when you live there, they're a pain in the butt.
They're the ones who just stop in the middle of the lane, put on their blinkers, like,
I know.
Exactly. So in the future, I would like to do that. Like, what exactly is a curse? And what do you have to do?
And you need a goat to do one.
You don't need to go, but
You don't.
But would you have to pretty much what? Like you're mad because they wouldn't let you bring in the goat. Like, would you have to kill the goat to make it happen?
no, that seems counterintuitive.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. I was like, that doesn't quite add up.
goats not needed by any means. But if you
But I mean, that would make a good, long-lasting curse.
Yeah, so that's one thing we wanted to pick apart. We don't have to do it right now, but I was saying that's an interesting show topic idea for the future. Is the Chicago Cubs, are they cursed? Are they? We don't know.
Well, and I feel like, everybody just spends so much time like thinking about this and talking about this, right? Like maybe the curse is
It's
really
like
just-
it's fully expected that they're gonna lose.
And that's the curse.
Yeah, I'm saying, because your thoughts and your words create your reality.
But then there's reality too. It's not the same team clearly that it was 100 years ago. It's not the same athletes. It's not the same management. I just can't understand why they would lose year after year after year. And I'm not a sports fan, and even I can't wrap my head around that.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, I guess it is just everyone keeps talking
I
about
mean,
it.
like it's almost like randomness does not affect the Cubs. The Cubs is just basically by their tempo, by their niche in life, they're just gonna be known as our lovable losers forever.
It's like the one little like the younger brother that you just kind of like, oh, that's cute.
Give me that look.
He's like looking at you like, Wycke's like, you better we're about to see a moment right now. We're about to see a moment right in front of us.
Back to your curse class. One thing leaving in my mind though is, do you go over the general rules to live by if you're actually like going to dabble in this, like if you're going to deal with bacterium, you probably should put on a hazmat suit.
Yeah.
Stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah. So yeah, we start with like conversation
Like the
before.
safeguards.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's the things that can happen to people when they are basically touched by the occult and they're not really prepared for it emotionally.
Oh, yeah.
You know, sometimes you wind up amplifying your life by accident and everything in your life goes wrong. And it's not necessarily because of you, it's because you amped your life. So it's like everything in your life that's good could happen, but then everything you don't want to deal with will also like just bubble to the surface. And if
Yeah.
you're not preparing your life for that, then you're in for a ride.
So the
Yeah.
boomerang of a curse.
Yeah.
Do you go into that and you warn people about this?
I like
So,
that, the boomerang.
The boomerang, yeah. I don't know. I guess we kind of view it more of like throwing a ball at a wall, for example, right? Like that wall could come back and hit you, but if you hit the ball right, it could just go in the other direction. You don't have to worry about it. Not to say that one is preferred over the other, but like I wouldn't necessarily say that. I don't think we believe that there's a definite like this or that in magic, right? At least I don't.
No, yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think there's like someone in the sky being like, ooh, I saw that. Like,
I've had to question that myself. I mean, I've just known too many like, rat-butted
Yeah,
groups who
right.
basically like totally got away with stuff, and I look at them and I'm like, really?
Yeah.
How? How,
Right.
like, could somebody nowhere near as smart as you think you are, and as slick as you think you are, get away with all this?
Yeah.
yeah.
I've seen it too many times.
But then, like, as we did, we definitely taught the importance of like cleansing, purification, and warding,
Protection.
protection. So like, as everybody
Yeah.
was walking out of the door after the curse workshop, we had like this huge pot of like burning incense. Okay, jump through it, everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
Leave all
Yeah,
that crap
that's
behind us.
always like the first thing that I always start with when I'm teaching any type of class or when I'm talking about anything as far as doing any type of workings or anything like that. You always want to protect yourself. That is like
Yeah.
the main thing. Getting into witchcraft, you want to definitely learn protection. If there's any good place to start, it's definitely starting with protection.
Yep. And we did say too, like, like the Wiccan read is in it, harm none, do what you will. But I feel like our read is do what must be done, right? So.
And mine is do what's justified
Yeah,
by the
right,
universe.
yeah, a lot of that.
Yeah.
So like, if you kind of follow that, then like, you're armed with the knowledge to work your curse. So it doesn't mean you're gonna go throwing curses
Yeah.
around.
And sometimes we are karma. Sometimes we play that role.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a
Oh, yeah.
self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think like right after this class we ended up doing like protect from magical
We did.
acting. So like in the back he's like, you learn about curses, then you learn how to protect yourself right after. So
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
That's cool. So how did you guys come up with the twisted broomstick?
So, I guess I can start. I'll start. So we were going back, we originally started making our products to sell at like pagan prides,
Right.
various events throughout the country.
I've probably seen you guys there
We
then.
were in a bunch, yeah, we were in
Right.
a bunch. And our whole philosophy was like, let's make things that make people practice, right? Like there are so many people that just read and read and read, and I'm the biggest book fan ever.
Oh yeah.
But like I always apply what I read. So everything that we did was to get people up off the couch and like start practicing. And we were trying to like make magic fun again, right? So the Twisted Broomstick was kind of like a play on something you find in like the Harry Potter universe, right? Like the Leaky Cauldron or something like that. Go ahead.
We were going through like so many names for it too, and like thank God like we went with the Twisted Broomstick because now we sell Twisted Broomsticks. But like before we were going through like, ooh, maybe the broken vial. Like here's your broken piece of glass. Thank you.
Broken vial, that's cool too.
I know,
Yeah.
I feel like we both kind of settled on like the Twisted Broomstick name, that we had one of those moments where we kind of like stared at each other and we were like, the Twisted Broomstick!
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Yeah. So like that's kind of like the label for the products that we make ourselves, and like Malliway Bros is like the name of the shop.
Right.
Or the space.
So what are you guys' specialties? Like what are you like, what's your thing, Wycke, and what's your thing, Wycke?
I like to think that like I'm really good with like a kitchen witchery kind of thing.
Oh, I love it.
So fun. And like charms and stuff, like that stuff that you get really nitty gritty with your hands.
Right.
So that's my favorite.
I love
am
that.
the potions master.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I'm not talking like let's mix some chamomile tea and call it a potion. I'm talking about like, no, you need to contribute a key that touched the north-facing door of a church, underneath
Nice.
the full moon. Like,
Nice.
it's really ceremonial and ritualistic with the potions.
Insane. Some of them even explode. Like we did one that exploded a while ago. And it was
What
so
was
fun.
it? What exploded?
Oh my god,
How can you, I don't get this off.
anything that's dealing with hexes, explosions,
yeah.
curses,
Hang on.
DK is all
Were you-
for it.
Were you trying to make smurfs?
No.
That's how Gargamel gets himself blown up a lot.
And like, I'm not even joking. Like, some of our potions actually explode, just like on Charmed. finishing potion where you kind of have to like, combine two things together. And we're like, okay, just go ahead and drop it in there, drop it in.
We're like stepping
Stand
back.
back.
And then he's chanting the spell, drops it in, and then poof, it just kind of like explodes. And I was like,
Now,
yeah.
there's some people
That's
out there that
awesome.
just be like, okay, if I want to get rid of my roommate, I'll just stop buying toilet paper. And like stop like cleaning his area of the house because he won't do anything. You know, like stuff like that.
Or you can use magic.
And if you stop using toilet paper, you kind of get rid of everyone else too. So
Right. Oh, right. That's good.
Well, I would buy your own supply and not like share
yeah,
yours.
right.
So only when you're home, like you're fine, but everybody else is, they're in trouble.
And I feel like when you're mad at me, you would like write your name on each one of those toilet paper.
Oh my God.
I would like to remind our listeners that if you want to join in this conversation, please do so by calling us at 312-985-7834. Again, it's 312-985-7834. Or shoot us a line through Magick Radio Chicago on our Facebook page. And give us a like, and we also have an Instagram and a Twitter, but I'll be using it more.
And Nina has a YouTube.
Yes, that's right. It does have a YouTube. What is that channel called?
House of Spiritual Vibes.
House of Spiritual
And
Vibes.
I also have my personal channel where I do just me chatting and different things like that, motivational videos at Nina Soul. If you guys look up Nina Soul on YouTube, you will find me right there.
You have Etsy too, right?
Yeah, I do have an Etsy. Thank you. I do have an Etsy. It's become the new. Yeah, but on Etsy, you guys can find my Etsy shop at Spiritual Vibes Shop.
Now, I just also want to remind everybody out there in Q4 land, for those of you who are followers or enthusiasts or curiosity seekers, regarding the legacy of the great beast himself. And no, I don't mean Donald Trump. I mean Aleister Crowley, guy Ozzy Osbourne sang about, a man who revolutionized ceremonial magic in the 20th century and beyond. If you're interested in that, you should check out Chalice of Heaven Lodge. They are the local branch of the Ordo Templi Orientis, the ceremonial magical order that practices the works of Aleister Crowley. And they will be having a new temple soon. It looks like it's going to be in Pilsen. We will be keeping you updated on that as information arises. And in the meantime, please check out their website at www.aumha-oto.org. Again, that's www.aumha-oto.org. And it was that.
We're like I'm like just watching his lips touch the mic.
Not quite. I'm just teasing.
Just choosing it a
Just
little
teasing.
bit.
Yeah, gotta be safe, And I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but Bill is not only a local man in the know regarding the comings and goings of Rogers Park. Bill, his big claim to fame here in Chicago before all that was he was one of its well-known paranormal investigators.
Ooh.
I was a founder of the Chicago Ghost Hunter group in 2008, October of 2008.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So in case our listeners are like, what do you and Bill have in common? It's like, we like ghosts a lot.
So do you
No,
participate in the there's an event coming up called Parapalooza? Are you familiar with that?
I've heard of it.
I haven't heard of this. What?
Yeah, I'm vending at it. Actually, it's September
Parapalooza?
7th. Yeah, September 7th. It's called Parapalooza, and they're actually gonna do a seance and different things like that. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty
I'm
cool.
tempted.
Where's the Parapalooza gonna be?
It's in Justice, Illinois. So I'd have to give you the address. I don't have it on me, but
And you know who's running the show there?
his name is Neil. Neil, I'm not sure of his last name, but he's the one that's doing, he has like the equipment and stuff where he does the,
The paranormal investigations.
yeah.
Is it a yearly show, a yearly event?
I'm not quite sure, cause
It might be the
I'm
first.
pretty new to working with them. I just got back into vending, so I did used to have a shop located in Chicago. And so now I'm back going into vending, so I'm like attending all these events as now a new Chicago vendor. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure as how long they've been doing them or anything like that.
Well, that's cool.
Well, you just got an aha moment, Blake. What is that?
I did. Wait, I feel
Do
like
you have
I
a
was-
question for me?
When did have your shop.
I had my okay, so I started out the little shop, and you guys might have came to it.
Yes, I
Right?
remember you.
Yeah,
Yeah, you guys remember me? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah, oh, like all this cicada things.
Yeah, we
We
had
were talking
cicada
about
shells.
We were just like talking about this like 2 or 3 days ago. Like, oh my gosh, that was so cool. We should go out to that shop again. Oh,
Yeah, well, we're close.
And we kept being like, hey, remember that shop
But I
that has,
still
like,
have
a
the
war button in
cicada
there?
bugs. Yeah, I still have like everything. So if you guys ever like are interested in anything, let me know. I can definitely hook you
For
up.
sure. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Small world.
Yeah, that's awesome. I felt like I knew you guys too. Like you guys felt very familiar. Your energy did.
It was such a familiar look too, and I was like,
Oh,
what is
thank
this?
I bought a book on astral projection from you. It was a really good book.
Yeah? Aw, thanks. I appreciate that.
Now, do you guys have a section, or you guys intend on having a section for the occult, or rather not the occult, whole store's occult, but I mean the paranormal, the ghost side.
We are still kind of deciding like that type of inventory. So right now, like all of the books and stuff that we're stocking is just like hands-on practical spellcraft, and it's not stuff you'd be able to get necessarily any other shop in the city.
Nice.
For example, we just placed a huge order with Troy Books out of Cornwall in England, so we're going to be stocking like all of Gemma
Wow.
So we're pretty excited to offer that stuff. There's like a lot of people in the city that have been asking about that you just can't get it anywhere else, so we're excited to be able to offer.
Do you guys have like a little chill area like in your shop where you can like chill and like look at books?
Yeah.
and
Yeah, that's
talk?
exactly. We have like
Yeah.
a little lounge area. There's like a couch and a table and another chair and then another chair in another place. It's just
That's awesome. Do you guys care to talk about your deities that you work with at all?
So, we go ahead.
yeah. We are pretty actually unreligious when we work with a lot of things. I don't know if that's a word, unreligious, not religious. But we do kind of look more into the idea of animism, that there is kind of like a spirit inside of everything, and
Right.
that can like build up a lot of power.
Oh, for sure.
So we work more with that. Anything working with them, but not in the side of worship.
Right.
So shameless plug, or not even a plug, but brag, I guess. One of the things that we do is we travel to England 4 times a year.
Oh my
And we
God.
study with like the witches out there, like the wise, village wise men and wise women, and they take us through their workshops, through their like lectures, and they just work with us. They walk us across the land. They kind of teach us how like the witches out there practice. And everything out there is all about the spirit of the place, not so much about the deities that you work
Right.
with. So that's the kind of practice that we, or the ideas that we kind of.
So you
incorporate here.
go there, you learn things, and then you bring the teachings back with you. That is
Yes.
awesome.
So fun.
Going
That
in
is
2.5
amazing.
weeks. I'm really excited.
Okay, so you guys are bringing England to
A
Chicago.
little bit. We're trying.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So
We're working on our accents too. We're not very
we're not very good at
No.
that yet.
Oh, I like that. So what
It depends on
about
the region, it really does.
Right. Well, yeah.
My grandmother's from the Midlands, she talks like this all the time, she gets
Oh,
on my nerves.
what about vampires? Like, that's a big thing in England too, isn't it? Vampires.
Ooh, I haven't seen actually a lot of that out there.
I'd say that's universal, really.
Yeah, I think that's like definitely
Anywhere.
probably more like central England. We go to like West Country, which is
Oh,
Like you can't find it unless you're looking for it. Like Gerald Gardner, you got
right.
Museum of Witchcraft, the Isle of Man. Like that's kind of where we spend all of our time.
yeah,
Oh,
and like a lot of
wow.
that is kind of like fairy lore and stuff like that. But I think there probably is vampire stuff out there. They just don't call it vampires because we found out that there's like a lot of things that just are.
It
weird
depends,
things.
it's a whole cultural milieu, really. I mean, people don't get that about vampirism. I mean, in this part of the world and all that, it's been really glamorized, and it's necrophilia, folks.
Yeah.
It's not cool, it's not awesome, it's not even sexy, really. It's not even a very attractive thing.
But they sparkle.
They
No, no, they don't.
They really don't. They're gruesome creatures.
Yes, they are. This is where succubi and those kind of things come from. This is like a very old legend.
They're the trickiest like creatures that you'll ever encounter. Like we were in England once, and we had a witch showing us around, and this witch like makes her living being a witch, you know. And,
Sounds like me.
right now, we were walking to like these like Logan stones, these giant boulders at the top of the hill, and you just see them in plain sight, and then you're walking, and then all of a sudden the stones are behind you, and they call that being pisky-led, where the fairies kind of just throw you off of your course and disorient you, and it's the most surreal experience ever. Like just see these stones literally just disappear in the blink of an eye.
Wow.
It was cool
Yeah.
because it was like a big field. Like there's no way we could have gotten lost.
No.
We were walking a straight line and suddenly we're like back
Where are
home
we?
in Chicago.
Yeah. What's going on?
That's crazy. So do you bring some of your items back? Like some of the items that you offer in your shop, do you bring them back with you?
Yeah, like the books especially, like you can't get a lot of those books out here because they are, I mean, there's no.
Nobody's connected like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So like when we're going out in 2.5 weeks, we'll be stocking up on some stuff to bring back, obviously. Go ahead. Sorry.
So there's like also this thing like out there, they are like crazy with quartz. There's quartz like everywhere. Like sometimes parts of buildings are made with quartz. You could like stick your hand into like a hole in the ground and pull out quartz.
Wow.
It's just like this really pretty raw looking quartz.
Yeah, like you see these spells in books and you're like surround yourself with 40 quartz crystals. You're like, holy crap, like that's an expensive spell.
Right.
But like out there, you literally stick your hand in the riverbed and you pull out like a palm full of quartz crystals.
Oh,
It's
that's
just
amazing.
insane. Yeah.
The energy just has to be amazing.
Yeah.
It is.
You're not too far from the other world out
No,
there.
yeah. So we bring some of that back, but our luggage is super heavy.
Yeah.
Right.
Like fly stock.
Yeah.
I would just travel light. I wouldn't even take anything
That's
with me.
yeah. Yep.
We tried to do that, but then we packed too many clothes.
Different clothes. Shirt for every hour.
That is a thing, isn't it? It's like when you deal with dark forces. I can't believe I said that. But when you actually deal with something very heavy and very negative and very dark and even damaging, that's one of the safety procedures. Is like get out of that world. When you're done, your operation is done. You make sure it's done right. You make sure you close everything correctly, and then you just like shower, eat, asperge yourself, do whatever you gotta do to get out of that frame of mind, because you don't want to just linger there. You don't want to stick on you, and you definitely don't want to wear the same clothes or have anything on your body like that will remind you.
Yeah.
Stink of evil on
What's like interesting about England though is that I feel like magic is so alive out there still. Not to say that it's not here, but out there, like literally everybody believes in it. You know, even the people who aren't witches know about the witches and their works and stuff like that. So it's just everybody believes in it.
That's like it's almost like when you go to Mexico, like brujeria is like a real powerful thing in Mexico, and I feel like there's different portals in these different countries that just the energy is just so pure, and they keep a lot of their traditions. They keep doing a lot of these things the way that it's been taught for since their ancestors, since ancient times almost.
I've heard that a lot about Mexico actually, which seems amazing. That
I
like,
love
superstition is just so strong that literally it happening would be that much more.
And superstitions are actually spells themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta talk.
Okay.
Alright, well, on that note, why don't we just take a quick musical break, and when we come back, we'll continue this discussion. You listen to Magic Radio Chicago, streaming live from Que4.org, the station that creates beauty and defends it. Magic.
Cool.
Okay, we're all muted, we're good.
Oh, cool.
Anyone need to use the bathroom? Alan, when we come back from break, if you don't mind, we'll just take a little quick switch over so Alan can promote his current project, and then
Thanks, guys.
and then we'll play a couple of tracks from Alan when he's done, and then we'll get back and
Whatever you need.
start
Sure.
going to the last part of the show.
In that case, I'm definitely gonna go to the bathroom.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
In that case, that's a big yes on that.
And I just screwed up.
What?
I left the mute on.
Well, this angle is so much better. I can see it.
Is it on?
Should be.
There we go. Yeah, looking forward to stopping by your shop, checking it out, see what you guys are about a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure.
Working together. Oh yeah, we'll get there. It's just been around for a long time. And I left it after like 8 years or so. And then it went until last year. And one of the guys, Ben Malliway, he was over there and he ran it. And I was very proud that it ran for so long. Something had started without me having hands on it for so long. That was really something. I was proud of that. So it's a cool thing. I know a lot of the people within the city.
How many people like just like in our building or within the last couple of days have been just all interested or supportive of like wishes working with their
I know, yeah, people would just like come by and like drop up stuff. Hey, we heard some of the insects. Maybe you want like some of these things.
Yeah, you know what? You just hear yourself, we live upstairs.
Who are you? Well, I'll tell you something. There's a long history of witchcraft in Rogers Park. I believe it for sure. Long history. One of the oldest witches in the United States a lot of crystals there. And then we had all these parties and all these people who all kinds of things. All came to like different markets and stuff, especially around Christmas time. Christmas.
Right.
I don't know what it wasn't Christmas. It was a party at the same time. Yule party.
Yeah.
There was a Yule party. Every year I went to the Yule party. We had a house. We did all the ceremonies in the backyard. Down in Jarvis. Jarvis is really, it's not exactly now as it used to be, but Jarvis really was rocking.
There's a rocking park that parks a lot of like.
It's haunted.
But it's haunted. It's haunted, yeah.
But even where I had the shop too in Chicago, like over on Irving and Osceola, that area is pretty haunted.
Yeah. Well, right off the lake too.
It's right off the lake.
Amps it up.
Yeah.
But all the forest life, all the wildlife. Water has a very spiritual quality to it, and that place is like just like swimming with like the power of water. Water's emotion, water's soul, water's depth. You walk through the neighborhood, you can feel.
I don't know if I can get up. I'm
You might
trying
not
to listen to
necessarily know,
this.
but it's like you feel like the buildings and the trees like remember shit.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
They do. They do. And plus the
yeah.
close proximity to the lake.
Just gonna roll to the next song.
We have the most beaches in
Is
the
this your
entire city of
collection
Chicago. And then the water rushing on the limestone creates electrical vibe. There may be ley lines, we're not sure about that yet, because Ridge Avenue used to be Glacier Ridge. So there was all this stuff going on, this history of Rogers Park. It used to be a resort area for all the wealthy people. That's where Hollywood started. Charlie Chaplin used to live in Rogers Park. And Jane Mansfield used to live in Rogers Park. And right over there, like you said, the Rogers Park. There's so much history. Plus, it's the most diverse community in Chicago. And all kinds of beliefs, all around the world. So you get more of a vibe. Very creative people, a lot of artists. And what they say is if you can't be weird in Rogers Park, you just can't be weird.
No, my
We want to stay in Rogers Park for like day after this.
I don't have any
Actually, I'm gonna start
It didn't work out so much. They were like, doesn't work out so much. It wasn't welcoming. It was welcoming. There's a big difference for it. They give you your money. What? Hey, how about an introduction first? I don't get no respect.
Mexican restaurant. It's great.
It's not right on the beach. It's like a block. Half a block. Los Mortales Mexican cuisine. It is. We're always there. We're always there. Did you meet the owner? Did you meet the mama?
No, we didn't.
Oh, you gotta meet the mama. You gotta meet her mama.
I've been here for a while, but I've become real familiar with like the whole park area, also over by Irving, like by the tips and stuff like that. That's where I have my business. Yeah, I have my business over there, and then Melrose Park, mostly suburbs, stuff like that, and like the ghetto. The ghetto. But that's it. But Rogers Park sounds really interesting. I'm gonna have to check it out. And get some Mexican food.
With some wine and pizza.
That would be awesome.
Our grand opening is crazy. Like, when most of our grand openings, we've had on Facebook. Get out of here. Yeah, not even good. Yeah, you the event. Like, you the event.
Yeah, not the
any weird experiences happen yet?
We have once
Yeah?
at our last studio, she showed up, and she just, you could tell she was, we ended up actually casting Spanish on her. I never saw her again.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I have to do those so
Yeah,
so
oh my God.
much.
She's the only
Usually
person.
we get shot. Alan, I'm about to embarrass you.
Alright.
Don't worry, we're not going back yet, but I'm embarrassing you. This is actually one of my favorite of your works. I just wish you had a studio version.
Oh God, please take this off.
No.
This is like a vibe. You pick the worst,
You did it on purpose.
Wait till it kicks
look
in.
at phone recording.
This is
good. He did it in
Yeah,
the car when I
that's
was
what that is.
wasted.
This is a jam, though. Now let's hold up. He's kicking it
That's
now.
still up somewhere? I'm actually glad.
He likes it.
I went from rockabilly, but once
I
you
love
hear the new
rockabilly,
stuff.
yeah.
Well, actually, I'm kind of glad you're playing this because this will set the precedent. So even the new stuff, if it sucks less than this, you'll be impressed.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
Exactly. But go ahead, wait, you were talking about that you had to do a band machine.
Yeah, so she was just the most disruptive.
So how are you able to play this, but you can't play the free shots?
Right.
But are you
I will, and I actually took a picture so you can save that. I was saying because I lose cards all the time, so I actually already took a picture of both your cards. Oh, yes, so I have it. And I don't have cards yet, but I already added Bill. I will add you. I sent a message to Bill on glitter things already. He ignored me, I won't take it to heart.
It's okay if I ask you, hey guys.
And so I sent him one, I texted him, and I sent him a request on Facebook, so he should already be done. I will gladly do the same to you as well. I know. I will absolutely add you. I promise you, it will be my pleasure. We'll talk for sure. I came because you know, told me about all of this, and I was like, hey, can I come hang out? No, actually, I used to have a radio show here a long time ago. It was called the Papa Con Radio Show, and what
So
we
did
would
you
do
guys come
is
to the bigger shop or
we
the
would
small shop? I
have,
feel
it
like
was
you
me
guys
and
were at the
my
big
buddy
shop.
who also has, he still has a show called What About Chicago. And he's on my website, on
Yeah,
the
the
Glitter
traffic
Pits
street?
website. So
Yeah, okay, so that was the last one,
promoting
that was the
local
newest
artists
one.
and
So yeah,
anything
that,
that's
so the
art,
old one
music, and
was like,
entertainment that's DIY, like local,
down.
he promotes that. So
But it was like
I,
really,
you know,
like,
he and me
probably
were
where
very
that,
close, we hang out all
where
the
the
time. So
street
he
was
helped me
maybe
do
a
this
little bit
radio
out.
show
Yeah.
where we would have
So tiny.
musicians, they would
So
perform.
yeah, I know what you guys mean, and
A
that's
set,
exactly what I did.
or
So
comedians
small
who would
place,
perform a
the
set
bigger one
on
opened
the
up.
stage.
I did some
And
work.
then we would do a quick little 10-minute interview. It made me like watching the show.
Yeah.
It's like a performance. So we did, yeah, I had a 360 yard. It's probably somewhere in my basement because I didn't have access to Que4 stuff at the time, so like it's just on my personal. It was just like something I was doing. I didn't have a website or anything for the radio station because I just did it for fun. Because I'm buddies with the guy who runs the
and then I kind of connect with them, so I'll trade them.
John.
Like, cause there's things
He
I
actually
don't get
let
that
me
they
in.
can't get.
So I saw him outside. But he's like a brother. He's very close. We're good buddies. He's just busy and I'm just busy, which is why I don't really hang out that much. But that's another reason why I'm glad I got to come and hang out.
Everybody, we're coming back in just a few seconds. I'm gonna unmute these mics, so everyone please, and then we're gonna bring us back.
You can laugh at us.
And I know you're blitzed as hell, but this is actually one of my favorite of your jams.
No, I was wasted. I was definitely drunk.
I would love to hear the studio version of this.
That's definitely, this is like, I don't know, that's what I'm saying. I don't know where he pulled this up. It's like Gotcha Media. He's like, oh yeah, now that I have you here, I'm going to play something that you
Played it before.
horribly embarrassed at in front of strangers that you just met for the first time.
We are coming back.
This is like a nightmare.
That's right. Welcome back to Magic Radio Chicago's 155th episode, streaming live today on August 3rd of 2019. I'm your host, DK Prince, and with me is Nina Soul, House of Spiritual Vibes. We are here to bring you Magic Radio Chicago. Real quick, I just want to give a quick shout out to a very organization that I think people in Chicago should be aware of. It's called Childhood Fractured. And the thing about it's right on the corner of Irving and Jansen. And what they do is you can go there for free coffee, but the message of the place is to basically expand awareness about child sexual abuse and to help create a sex-positive community here in Chicago. And they are in need of donations and help, and you might be able to help them out by looking them up at www.childhoodfractured.com. Alright, that was our plug for today, and today we are talking to Malliway brothers who are opening a store called the Twisted Broomstick in Rogers Park. And we're just taking a brief segue to talk to one of our old friends here at Que4 Radio. He's had many appearances here, video streams as well as, I don't know, a lot of stuff really. I mean, you've recorded stuff here, you've done live video through Facebook Live and other stuff. You did. I'd like to introduce everybody to Alan Kahn. Some of you Que4 fans may remember him. The band he was previously in charge of called Bad Bad Meow. And I guess now you're doing quite a few solo entrepreneurial ventures.
Yes, I got scared for a second because I thought you were talking about me when you said nonprofit. So and we all thought that, right? I'm not alone, right? We all thought he was talking about me because he said, "I'm going to introduce you," and he said nonprofit, and I was like, "No!" It's like, bloody boo! Yes, what you were talking about, that's a big yes, and I approve and support everything that the nonprofit that you were discussing about earlier, just to be clear. But yes, I run a business called Glitter Picks, where I make handmade guitar art picks, and they're all made by hand. And we have one machine right now in Gallery Cabaret, and you get it's Chicago colors. You get a pick and a free condom, and we have a recycling thing on the top. So if you don't want the condom, you can put it on top as long as it's unused. And and the containers from the picks, so we can recycle the little bubbles. They're like those little machines that you see at like Walmart, where you put like 50 cents in and $1, and you get a little homie or whatever. But I'm doing guitar picks and condoms, and we also give part of the proceeds to Planned Parenthood. So we do about 10% on the machines. And I hope to do a higher percentage, like a tier percentage. We're going to do auction pieces for like the fancier pieces that, you know, took me very long time to make. And that's I think that did I cover it?
I think so. Well, you also mentioned that you do for certain venues you would actually do custom pieces.
Yes. So I am doing a custom piece for the Chicago Rose Social Club.
So yes.
Right? Is that right?
Close enough.
So yes, I am making some signature pieces. Originally the talk was maybe about getting one of the like little machines in there, but it kind of worked out better because they have a glass display, and I can focus more on making those pieces for them. And I will be giving a higher percentage to Planned Parenthood, somewhere probably in the 30-40%.
That's awesome.
Range. So it's an organization that's very near and dear to me. I'll let you guys know something personal about me. I do have a 7-year-old child, and I didn't want any more children, so I was able to get a cheap, affordable vasectomy through Planned Parenthood.
That's
which
how
has
you
altered the course of my life as I know it. So I'm not doing it to be cool.
I just posted that.
Yeah.
For people who stalk me on my Facebook feed. I just posted that just last week, and I got like tons of hits. This little cartoon where a woman goes up to a man and she says, "You know, if you wanted to stop abortions, why don't you just get a vasectomy?" And his first response was, "Don't tell me what to do with my body."
Yeah.
So hey,
Jeez.
tit for tat, you know.
Yeah.
It's like,
So it works both ways. It's
Absolutely.
very politicized, and it's very like this is what this place is, and it's unfair that it's so politicized in a negative
I know.
light, where they do so much, like they gave me free care when I didn't have a job
You
without
think
insurance.
they weren't raised past 1960s?
I
Some
owe
people
them
are acting.
everything. I
Yeah.
owe them everything. I definitely wouldn't be here because I'm really good at making bad decisions. I would have probably had about 6 more kids, and that would have been the end of me. So I'm glad, I'm grateful for Planned Parenthood and what they do, which is why
They do
I am
a lot
a
of
for-profit
They're a great
business that
program.
likes to throw money to Planned Parenthood.
I want to add a personal note too, just because I'm very politically judgmental and stuff too. That if you're not the kind of person who believes in anything Planned Parenthood's doing, or if you follow the lead of your political party and they demonize Planned Parenthood, just don't use them. Just don't use them. If that's not part of your plan for your life, that's perfectly fine. But they do a lot of valuable services. They don't just they're not abortion factories. They do a lot of things for health.
Yes,
And
it's-
people
it's
don't
reproductive
appreciate it.
rights,
Prevention.
it's reproductive
Mhm.
health for people. I'm definitely not a spokesperson for them or anything, but they are they've been a big part of my life, so I want to throw back.
This
They're
is one of the
giving
biggest
back.
cities.
That's really
This is
good.
one of the biggest cities in the entire continent, and believe me, it's like just telling people just not to get busy ain't gonna work.
Yeah,
you
I
need
agree.
you need programs like this.
Yes, and to do my part too, which is why we also include the condoms in the machines, to kind of better promote their messages and know they're not free condoms from Planned Parenthood. I buy them myself and put them in the machines. So I'm doing that to kind of do my part, and if people focus on the Planned Parenthood part of the pick making thing, that's on them, but you can also focus on, I'm a small business, I'm trying to basically create art, I'm trying to promote other artists, and how I'm doing that, I forgot to mention this, I'm trying to include, I've been in a band for too many years, and
I must have known you
Yeah.
for at least a decade. You've been rocking
too
as long
many
as I've
years.
known you.
I-
Yeah.
Honestly, it's been about 25 years I've been doing music. And I'm learning now that what I'm doing with my band and what other people are doing with their bands are not working. So we have to find a creative way to capture people's attention. Inviting them to your event on Facebook isn't working. Telling them in person isn't working. So how I'm planning on doing that with this business is, since it's guitar picks and since it's music oriented, for the artists, I'm doing signature art pieces, a limited run of 5 pieces of artists that I respect and that have been there from the beginning, and then they can buy the picks and we donate a higher percentage again to Planned Parenthood, and I link them to their actual artwork. So
that's
you
awesome.
can buy this person's artwork and give them money and support their art and not cheapen their value and the art that they're doing for the community. Because a lot of times I make these picks and people want to devalue it, or they just want to get one for free. And I'm like, I grueled hours and hours. I'm up every day figuring out different types of things to use and to keep it interesting. I'm not going to sell these that I worked hard for $5.
Right, and these picks are these picks are exclusive. These are
They
not
are,
picks
one
that
of a
you just go to Guitar Center and
Correct.
pick up. He brought in some samples of the picks that he's made, and they're dope.
Thank you.
One of them
I
has a
appreciate it.
clicker on it, and I could not stop playing with it.
I was sitting right here. Nina's just like,
Guilty,
I know, I got, my inner squirrel came out, and I was like, oh my god, I love this, and I don't even play the guitar, but to sit there and
It is.
just click that clicker, that was I don't know, it's awesome.
You don't
For a
have to-
fidgety person.
Yeah, you don't have to play guitar. It's
I
an
can
art
imagine-
piece. That's
Right,
the beauty
exactly.
of it.
I can imagine having a few too many in a bar and just to keep yourself focused, just click, click, click.
Oh, I do it all the
Yeah.
time. I actually hold it against my beer bottle like a ring,
Right.
and I just kind of click it, and then I'm still weird, but it makes me feel better.
But and
You're weird, I thought of it.
one of them
Yeah.
even has a hole in it. So if
Yes.
you wanted to wear it, you could actually
can.
put a
I-
piece
I will be making wearable
Wearable.
picks, but I am
Nice.
one person, so I'm trying
Right.
to do as much as I can at the moment, and I have to divert my energy to certain things. So
right.
I have a week to devote for a website. I have a week to devote to like, you know, business licensing, make sure I'm legit.
Right.
I have a week to like, you know, focus on how to design the machines that are going into these places.
Right.
So, you know, there's a lot of things involved, and it's not like I have a team of like, let me get a loan from my dad and hire some people and get a team going.
Right.
It's me doing this.
But would you be willing to, like, if other people wanted to volunteer with
Absolutely.
assisting in creating these
Why
pics and
wouldn't I?
things? Right.
Yeah.
You know, I imagine.
Come hang out.
Just,
Right.
We'll have a good time.
I imagine we might even be able to host workshops.
Oh.
I don't know about hosting workshops because it's more, I'm trying to be exclusive towards the business. I'm not trying to be like, hey, open up your own pic store.
I'm gonna show you. I'll show you how.
Yeah,
to
like
do these
please.
things.
Right. So this is kind of something that's special to me. I know it exists. I know people make their own pics, but I'm trying to basically put the message out before I dilute it into, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, if people do want to volunteer, I have plenty of tasks for them to do.
Right.
It doesn't have to be pic making, you know, like cutting bottles, because the next machine I'm making is going into the empty bottle. So I need help with things like that. You know, little weird things that you don't think about. Website design, that's a great thing that I need help with because apparently I'm not very good at it.
I've had a website for this show for over a year and a half. I just don't know how to make a website.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
Magic Radio Chicago actually has a domain, and
Yeah.
I just don't know how to do it.
So yeah, so you
So that's another
feel
project,
my
yeah.
pain as far as like not having enough hours in the day, and
Yeah.
and currently, you know, my kid is in visiting my parents, so like that was their gift to me. Like we're gonna give you the summer
Sometimes.
so you can do as much as you can in these 3 months before school's back in session, and I have to, you know,
Well,
switch
that's
back
awesome.
in
So
father
you
mode.
you got a good support system too.
So it's good, it's helpful.
Right.
Yeah, I've had a lot of support from people. Drew's introduced me to a lot of great people that are helping me out.
It's my
It's
pleasure.
kind
We've
of,
known each other for ages.
you know, and we've known each other for ages, but I've known a lot of other people for ages, and they don't help. They don't
Right.
wanna be part of it. They
supportive.
wanna knock it
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of that as well, but I'm trying to shift my personal life towards the people that want to help versus the people that don't help.
Right.
So that's kind of in a personal level, that's where I'm at in life.
Right.
And it's kind of you find out that when you remove those unhelpful people, that helpful people fill those spots up.
Mhm.
Because you know what you're looking for in life, and you know what you want to be able to help you grow
Definitely.
versus
Your vibe attracts your tribe.
for sure. Oh,
I like that. That works.
I love it. What was that again? Did you say?
Your vibe attracts your tribe.
Your vibe
Oh my
attracts your.
Alan, that could be the name of your next album.
My dyslexic brain still has to hear it about 12 more times, but that's brilliant. I love it.
Thank you.
That's great.
Thank
Now,
you.
where can the listeners at Que4 find out more about Glitter Pics?
So luckily, I was able to get all the social media stuff for Glitter Pics. It's not Glitter Pics 1 or underscore anything, and it's glitter like you would spell glitter the normal way, and Pics is Picks.
So you're not being cute and internet savvy.
So it's
with Pics.
glitterpics.com. I got the domain.
Just like it's supposed to,
and-
just like it's supposed to be spelled.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
So it's glitterpics.com, glitterpics on Facebook, glitterpics on Instagram. Now I did lie, it is glitterpics1 on Twitter. So I just remembered, sorry. It is glitterpics1 on Twitter, but I don't really use Twitter, so.
And you guys, he's like legit glitter pics because he came up in here sparkling. I'm like, dang, he introduced himself, he said glitter pics. I'm like, oh, like you're sparkling.
He's wearing the company t-shirt.
It's my life, yeah.
Yeah, I love
live in
that.
glitter, and also shouts out to one of my friends, Cassie, who's in a band called the Do Rights, who played one of our only fundraiser. We did a gallery for bingo where we just did a fundraiser strictly for Planned Parenthood. I didn't sell like anything. I still haven't sold a pic yet. These pics aren't out in the market yet, so they're coming soon. I'm one person. So I'm trying to find the right way to package something so if somebody does pay XYZ amount, they feel justified in their purchase.
Right. Keeping
But
it exclusive.
she opened my eyes to biodegradable glitter.
Ooh,
So
yeah. I just
I was
got some of
doing a
that,
photo
yeah.
shoot and she mentioned that and so that's what we're using now. So
Nice.
That's
Nice.
amazing.
it's a great thing, and that's again what I'm talking about as far as people that want to help you in life and people that don't want to help you in life. And
Right.
I'm trying to obviously go the
Filtering,
route.
yeah, filtering out your life, getting those, the ones that aren't gonna help you
Exactly.
to move along, they get left behind.
Right.
Bye. Check them out for
Just
review.
just for a quick clarification for our listeners, if you want to see the pilot vending machine for your own glitter pick and possibly condom, you can go to the Gallery Cabaret, located at 2020 North Oakley here in Chicago. That is just a block around the corner from Armitage and Oakley, where you can get your very own glitter pick, guitar pick, and learn more and donate to Planned Parenthood.
The machine lights up.
And incidentally, on Sundays is a really good day to go to the Gallery Cabaret. They not only have an open mic, but they have a buffet. So all you have to do is just get 1 or 2 beers. The cheapest one they got is $2 a beer, so yeah, it's not a big deal. And you're in the club, and you can just dive in.
You know
Yeah,
we're
get
gonna see
yourself
each
a
other
glitter
there.
You know we are.
Yeah, I was
Well,
like,
hey, you are. We do
yeah, I
it
was
for
like,
years, but, yeah.
I'll see you there.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, anybody out there in Q4 land, actually, there's actually been a few of your favorite Q4 hosts who worked or performed there at the Gallery Cabaret. You'd be surprised.
It's a great place to network, me and you included.
I don't think I'd be here
We
if I
met
wasn't
each other.
I don't think I would be
Gallery.
here at Q4 if I hadn't actually been hanging at the gallery for many years.
Yeah, and that's honestly why I did that place first, because I owe them way more than any Facebook friend or anybody I've
They've
met.
been a really good bar to me.
You know, I've seen a lot of new musicians come into the scene through their open mics, and they have bands, and I've seen their bands play at Pitchfork, and I've seen their bands play at other places.
Now, it's been a few years, but just for the record
great.
too, it was voted by the Chicago Reader as the top open mic in Chicago.
Correct, in 1995.
1990.
No, I'm just kidding.
Actually, I want to say 2000. I want to say 2009.
I don't know, the newspaper
It's been a little
article's yellow. You can't even like see the
Well,
date on it
I was there
anymore. They
that
still have
year.
it on the wall.
I was there that year because they had that band headed up by CJ, and she was still with us
Oh,
at the
yeah,
time.
yeah,
So I do remember the year that she was voted in.
Yes.
Yeah, but it hasn't changed a whole lot, really. Just the city's changed a little bit. But
Correct.
check out the bar. You know, it's definitely a good place to hang.
And also to bring you guys a little gift. So my band's not really playing around anymore. We do like a couple like benefit shows. We're gonna try to do so fundraisers in each of the venues that we're releasing the machines at. We did one at the Gallery Cabaret, and if I can get in touch and we'll do one. We may do a record release show and a glitter picks like release show, and after we pay the bands, we're gonna donate the rest of that to Planned Parenthood.
Nice.
So
Nice.
we'll do shows for those kind of special occasions, but like us as a band, like playing a show at XYZ venue, those days are done. But I will pull it out of the box to kind of help promote, Planned Parenthood and glitter picks, and if I can use my evil powers for good, I will now.
That's what I tell myself every day.
And I brought you guys a couple songs that are still actually currently being recorded by Bart from he's in a great band called Bleach Party, and
Hell of a title.
yeah, they're fantastic. And he's currently recording us, and I brought a couple songs that are about 75% complete. So they're still being mixed, and we have a couple of things to add on there. And so these will probably be the only times you'll ever hear these songs in this version on
We're about to hear
Que4.org.
Yeah, we're about to hear history in the making.
Praise art.
Some rare uncut tracks from Alan Kahn and his band. And you are listening to Que4.org, the station that gets me and defends it. And this is Alan Kahn with Mickey, followed by his...
No, it's AM Gold 75.
AM Gold 75, oh, you're right. AM Gold 75 and then Reggie.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You're listening to Magic Radio Chicago, streaming live from 1688 FM. And QUE4.org, station that creates video defense.
You didn't prepare me for
Drew, you
that.
need to stop playing games with people's emotions, man.
My bad, my bad.
You get me, he's got you like, he's like, gotcha.
Don't worry, we'll work out a routine.
He's like, I'm gonna introduce you. A non-profit organization was like,
I know.
I was like,
I missed it.
you got me Larry David in this place. Like, no transgender. I heard you on the radio talking to you don't like transgender organizations. Control your excitement. That's beat up, man.
So about this, okay, because I host.
This is a raw check?
This is a raw track for pretty bad. That's why when you play that other shit, I was about to like run out of the building screaming. Very different, right?
So I host the Witches Ball every year, and like we also like to give back to like different communities that are discriminated against. Such as like we did a pit bull rescue one year. We also did the LGBTQ community. You know, so if you're wanting to like get what it is that you're doing out there, so we come out and work together.
Yeah, I took a picture of your card and I have your card because I was telling you, I was like, I lose cards.
Right.
And I don't want you to waste a card on it.
Oh,
It's like,
okay.
but I also try to like take pictures of like
Right.
important people
Right.
keep their cards.
Right.
And I still have to answer.
Yeah.